Hey everybody, it's our usual. Welcome back to Let's Play, whatever this game is. Yakuza, Like a Dragon, I'm Serious GG. Last time we started going with the plot again. Because we had like a whole weekend's worth of uploads, with no plot whatsoever. But now we're back to figuring out who murdered the greatest man who ever lived. The manager of Otohime Land. Oh, apparently we can use this as a base now. I did not know that. Or maybe it's only when the plot demands it.
I thought this fucking lube was shampoo.
Oh, damn it.
Ah, refreshing.
He is pretty cut.
Crap, you're already out of the bath? Sorry.
Kasuga, relax. I know what a naked man looks like.
And you're not that impressive.
Cool, then. Where's Adachi-san and Namba?
I'm probably still washing up. Anyway, I was looking into today's price list. Those ingredients that
Isn't this the last place you'd want to come bathe? Because it's like they don't change the water and all that stuff.
Must be primo then, as they aren't lying to the restaurants about the quality.
Nope. I mean, I'm sure they get a small discount for paying in cash, but
Well,
they're doing everything above board, far as I can tell.
But you're not a forensic accountant, so what the hell do you know?
The weird thing is how much they're reselling the ingredients for.
What's weird?
Like, take the shark fins. They buy 100 grams for 10,000 yen. How much would you sell them to a restaurant for?
More than I bought them for?
Decent profit on them. 20,000?
Well, it's money laundering.
Well, the Yokohama Trading Company sells them for just 10,000.
Yeah, it's money. They're money laundering. They're using this
10,000 yen, then sell it for 10,000.
They're using this
Doesn't make
business
any
to
sense. How are they turning a profit?
bring in.
Right?
I don't
Unless
know.
it's volunteer work or something, I don't get it.
How are they even staying open? Don't they at least need to cover their...
All right, I'm not an expert, but basically, when you see a business that doesn't appear to be making any money but stays in business, usually that means money laundering. It means there's illegal activities, and in order to sort of get the money into the economy, they have to... I've never really understood money laundering that well, other than to say that, yeah, like... You would report income from the business that is not really making that money and pay tax for it and get it into bank accounts and get it into like the real world non-cash underground world of circulation by reporting earnings at a business that isn't really earning anything but is on the face of it legitimate, and the actual money that you're making is coming from illegal activities. I don't know why I'm pausing to give you guys a layman, and I'm not a forensic accountant either, but that's what money laundering usually is. Like, I remember we used to have this store that was like called Almost a Mall, and I would see it because it was on a little strip mall, and this is when I was, God, I was like a preteen, and I was the one who would ride with Mom to go pick up pizza because we liked to pick it up. The delivery guys just did a shitty job. They would always we would get pizza that was like the toppings slid all over the place. So, like, I would go with Mom to pick up pizza, and I would sit in the passenger side seat, and was a good little boy, and I would actually have this pizza on my lap and hold it steady so that it was nice and flat, kind of like those dangerous pizza delivery missions in Death Stranding. But, like, there was a place called Almost a Mall that was in the same little strip as the pizza place, and I never went inside. I just kind of looked through the windows. They sold, like, random shit, like bumper stickers, and I don't know. It's like it was almost like Spencer's Gifts kind of crap, just junk. And I never, ever, ever saw a customer in there. The entire, like, it was like, you know, every Friday evening for like a year, I would always be sitting there looking at this place, waiting for Mom to get the pizza, and there was never a customer. And I asked her about it, and she's like, oh, it's probably a mob front. This is my mom, who is like, well, you don't know my mom, but my mom's not somebody whose mind is usually on. You know, she's a pretty pure person. She doesn't go around thinking about crime and bad things. But she's like, yeah, it's probably a mob front.
Overhead?
Not only have they stayed open, their profits have gone up over the years. For the life of me, I can't figure out how.
It'll probably be really fast anyone we do.
Ledger and not just their invoices.
What would that tell you?
I don't know, but I think I'd find signs of tax evasion.
Don't do anything that would give yourself away. This is the Yokohama Ryumon, remember?
Well, what the fuck are you guys doing in there then?
Fine. But you're really that worried about me?
Oh, it's sweet.
Of course I'm worried.
You're one of my party members. If you die, we've only got 3.
'Cause we're buddies. Huh.
We have advanced their friendship farther than the plot would require at this point.
I've never really had someone that I could call a buddy.
I got the kid's sister doll, not the My Buddy doll when I was young.
Movies and manga made that stuff up. But
Yep.
At the very least, it was something I'd never had.
No, you're right the first time. Friendship is a fictional construct of manga.
Awesome.
Remember, you need good party members to beat Dragon Quest.
Isn't that a video game?
She's the only one who has not discussed this with him.
You know what I mean.
No, I don't.
You're a weird one.
You're a weird
I can live
buddy.
with weird. It's true anyway.
Well, thank you, Kasuga, for making me one of your buddies.
And you know, if I got to choose a friend to have benefits with, I would pick you over Nanba. And I'm just saying.
Oh, we were just...
Well, hey, seeing as we've got a long, hard road ahead of us, let's knock back some drinks.
Can she put on clothes first?
Sure. On whose tab? Well, there's the pay bonuses the boss left us.
Come on, man. We gotta save those for a rainy day.
What about the money you guys made playing poker off screen?
The boss is in the afterlife right now, yelling at us to live while we can.
You're full of shit. I say we don't do it.
I think it's sweet that he thinks that that guy is their boss, even though they worked for him for like a day. Side quest: getting drunk. Save. It's the wise thing to do. Except that at one point I lost a bunch of money playing poker, and then just because of like rote muscle memory, I saved instead of quitting out. And then I was like, God damn it! I just lost like 2,000 or 3,000 chips, and I accidentally saved instead of loading. Super beer. Oh wow! Apparently, Psycho is pretty comfy. She cooked off her shoes. What's his face? Adachi's got his socked feet.
It's Bleach Japan.
Only Ichiban is ready to go. I like the fact that our recurring enemies are moralizers. Okay, everyone got dressed.
Already shut down. What do they want now?
My friends, look at this filthy, evil den of iniquity. Yes, it's an ugly little Soapland. Just the other day, our tireless efforts led to the shuttering of this foul place.
Well, also the boss of the... I guess they're taking credit for the guy killing himself, because that's the public perception of what happened.
Bricks of the gray zone suffocating this city have cracked and fallen away. But we must not be complacent. We must press on until all the gray zones have been purified.
Then, I don't know, we can get into, like, pro-life or something.
Right now. It's really not a good time.
I'm continuing to yell. Well, now I don't have a megaphone anymore.
Lurking around here. Don't
What?
you have any respect for people in grief?
Vermin.
Don't you have any respect for the law? The shop
That's
is
no way to
closed.
talk, buddy. It's a pretty heavy
Building could
score.
be vacant. Right.
You heard him. Get out of town, you riffraff.
I guess this is the guy we're beating up in this plot battle.
Keep your protests to shouting. You lay hands on us, there'll be hell to pay.
I'll make a great zone out of your face. Boards, don't hit back. Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
Hey, did you all see that?
Psycho is like having to get caught up on all of this. She didn't know he was a video game freak. She wasn't aware Bleach Japan was their recurring enemy.
Obviously living in the past.
Like that Jethro Tull song.
Hurry! Let's close up before they start in on us, too!
Where's the Seiryu clan when you need them? What are we paying them protection money for?
Oh, so the other Soaplands are going to close in fear of these
Brigadier, out of here!
Brigadier guys?
Like you are ruining society!
You're all criminals! You're enemies of good people!
Get out of our town and don't ever come back.
Or I'll stare up at you.
Shop finally realized what he truly was.
He was the greatest man who ever lived.
Disease. He did the noble thing by taking his own life.
Yeah, that's kind of scuzzy. That's not a nice thing to say.
No, Mia. Just looking at him made me want to vomit.
Right on your
I really
suit.
can't bring myself to be sorry that he's gone.
That's kind of a...
Think about that man dangling at the end
That,
of the rope.
I like he builds up to I can't bring myself to, he's like, he's a scum, he's vermin vector, blah blah blah, and then I can't bring myself to be sorry he's dead. That's a weird thing to build up to in your villainy. Game, by the way, not really subtle about whether or not we're supposed to like these guys.
I feel the same way I do when I finish my spring cleaning.
That also makes me need to change my shorts. Slap the fuck out of him.
Who do you think you are?
I'm Psycho.
Get the fuck out of here.
Don't. That won't work, Sachan.
He has damage
Why not?
immunity. He's a plot character.
Like now, you little tart! You assaulted me! You all saw it! Someone call the police!
Wait, one of your guys came and tried to punch Ichiban out.
Like him never does much.
What?
This kind of fucker. You gotta hit him like this!
Okay, so now the plot is taking us to jail.
Down. Let's get in there.
Okay, and they've got baseball bats.
Seriously? You brought bats? What, were you hoping for a quick ball game during the protest?
They were ready to incite violence all along.
We're good to go, right, boss?
Of course. You saw it! They attacked us first!
They literally didn't. One of your guys came up and took a swing. If they had just cut that out, this would make a lot more sense.
Everyone. This is our moment! Bleach the gray!
Should we get to beat him up?
Fish in a barrel.
Right.
You're in it now!
Alright, so we'll pull out the spinning queen.
Try this on the side.
Weak.
It's showtime.
Cool. Take your best.
Managed to defeat some, although nobody got, nobody got mesmerized. A few guys got eliminated outright.
You're in it now!
Probably don't need anything special here. It's just kind of... haven't used any of their skills in a while. By the time Adachi gets a turn, there's really no point in using anything fancy.
Take your shot.
Here we go.
And just because it's fun... well, I really should be using her stuff more carefully, but is this guy their leader? I don't know if he's the leader or not, but no, he's not. And he's like, you know, if that's how you get treated at Soapland, maybe I'm okay with it. Says that guy. And that guy's beaten to death with an electric bat. Okay, now...
Yeah.
okay, here's the branch manager.
What's this?
You wanna go? Let's go.
Weak. I got this.
I want to finish him off with a spanking attack.
Right.
So he will also get whip service.
Try this on the side.
He's now he's now severely burned. That was not necessary, but it was fun. And nobody's bond can go up. I've wasted a lot of bond with this off-screening, because even some of the things I'm doing, like, you know, is occasionally stopping in a restaurant, that also boosts bond. There's a lot of little things that boost bond, and we're not getting anything out of it right now because the story has to advance.
Someone call the police! Tell them we're being attacked by thugs!
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail, because the thugs can't spell.
Go away! Go away!
That's right, Soapland patrons of the world unite.
away! Go away! Go away! Go away!
This game knows which side it's on in the war between, like, because these guys aren't specifically Christians, but, like, Christian morality versus, like, red light districts in this country. Yakuza's taking its stand.
Today will only strengthen our resolve. We're done playing around.
Are we gonna bring guns next time? That's pretty much what it's gonna take.
Serves you right.
Hee hee hee!
This is our town. Good job, everyone.
There was,
So inspiring to see you fight
shit on Uegenon up there saying, serve you right.
Remember this day with pride.
They got what was coming to them.
Couldn't let him
too
talk
good for
shit about the recently departed like that.
The greatest man who ever lived!
But I'm the one who got us into a scuffle. Sorry, I should have stayed calm.
Well, I mean, apparently we're not gonna face any
Don't worry
repercussions.
about it. Now we know what they're really about.
Getting beaten up.
Besides,
What?
if somebody messes with one of us, they mess with all of us.
Oh no, they're QAnon. Where one goes, all go, or whatever the fuck those
Man, that
weirdos
feels
say.
good. After all this time, we got to actually do something.
Yeah. I wish those useless bums in the Seiryu clan could have seen that.
Oh, I guess this is how we take over the city. We become the four-member protection army.
Rely on them. I've realized something. No one's gonna protect us but us.
Aw.
The Yakuza aren't gonna help. I agree.
Yakuza is apparently an anti-Yakuza game.
That dumb Seiryu clan.
Yeah. Remember
Better off
this day
should
with
be
you
teaming up
guys.
with you.
Not them. You should teach
I
them
feel
another
way
lesson.
safer with you around.
Well, anyway, here's your protection money. We are going to start paying you protection money now, even though you didn't ask for it. Yeah, I really don't know what to think about the fact that they're using QAnon slogans now. They're not literally doing that, but... Man, that was no... Oh, man, that was nice. Feels like forever since I got a compliment. Well, you're not going to get them with Psycho around. Yeah. Hey, Nanomiya-san. What's her deal? Oh, I think this is the other lady who can be a... I think this is the other lady who can be a character, but she's optional. Talk to the woman. Okay, we can do that. I'm trying to save here. Last video did take, so huzzah.
Is it closed today? Nanomiya-san! It's me, Erika Mataki!
Can I help you?
I'm Nanmyo-san's ghost. Oh, and
Oh, no. I'm not here for an interview. And you are?
I thought you might be here to interview him, the greatest man who ever lived. I thought you might be a journalist.
I used to work here.
Really?
I was one of the
You
best
work here?
girls.
Oh, well, anyway. Is Nanomiya-san in right now? I'm supposed to meet with him today.
You see, well, it's a little complicated. You know,
He's dead. Spit it out.
well, Nanomiya-san, he died.
He left him in charge, so can I help you?
He's... I don't... He can't be... that's not...
Hey. Oh, shit. I think we're losing her.
Well, yeah, you're not doing anything about it either. Okay, if she's going to be a party member, she's going to have to get a little bit more resilient. Well, I guess it's voice acting.
feeling
So.
better?
Oh, never mind, they are voice acting.
I'm so sorry. That was so embarrassing.
Yeah, it probably was.
I've been trying to get a hold of Nonomiya-san by phone for the longest time, but... I never would have guessed he'd passed away.
Yeah, sorry to have freaked you out. By the way, what's your name?
And who's your daddy? Is he rich like me?
I'm Eri. I'm president of Ichiban Confections.
Hey, cool.
Yeah,
I'm
good
Ichiban,
job.
president of Airy
You're a
Confections.
president at your age? That's incredible.
Well, I mean, I should be president, but there was a rigged election. I'm QAnon too.
Ichiban too, actually. Ichiban Kasuga. Great minds think alike.
Guy named myself, after all.
I'm sure I don't need to tell you this, but it also means the best. which is why my grandfather chose it.
My grandfather was
He wanted
Swan
his
from the
senbei to be
Warriors.
the best in Yokohama.
Ah, senbei. Man, I love a good rice cracker. Anyway, how do you
I love
know
crackers. I also love black people. I love all races.
Nonomiya-san was supposed to step in and take over the company.
What?
I came by today to discuss things with him.
As a Soapland manager, we figured he could sell crackers.
Nonomiya-san? President of a legitimate business?
Well, this place is legitimate.
He was a savvy businessman, regardless of what he was selling.
No, right. So,
Crackers,
Ichiban
pussy, he can sell anything.
That's right. Nothing, else?
Correct. My grandfather started it back in the day, selling his
Back in the
prized
Disney,
senbei.
as we
But
say.
after he passed away, my father took over and expanded the business to other confectionaries and restaurants. We actually got to be kind of big, and we even gained
We
a
had
bit of a
the big one.
reputation in Ijincho.
Secret Koreans.
Until 3 years ago, when my father succumbed to an illness.
No, I
My
was just
mother
making
passed
fun of
away
them, and now
when
they're
I
going
was
to
a
have
little girl,
sad
so
backstory.
We didn't really have anyone we could turn to keep the business afloat. I was
What are
still a
you-
student back then, but I quit
Is she
school
his?
to
Is
come
she
back home.
like
I
but
wasn't
whatever
about to let the dream
dude's
my father
sister?
and grandfather worked so hard to make a reality go to waste. I worked day in, day out to learn the business, but I guess it still wasn't
No, she's
enough.
not actually related to him. She was
I'm
just,
a
he was going to
complete
take it over.
amateur, so managing everything was really difficult.
I didn't learn
And to make
anything from
things
my
worse,
father, unfortunately.
I got tricked into what I thought would be a good deal for us. Now
Went to
most
Trump
of our
University.
stores and businesses belong to a bunch of crooks.
That's messed up.
That's some dumb
Only
shit.
thing left is the senbei
Bad.
shop. My father and grandfather would be so ashamed of me.
Yeah, probably
And with
would.
the loan I was still paying, staying in charge of the business would have only made things worse. Although I hated the thought, I'd considered closing Ichiban Confections for good.
Why not save scum poker until you make the money to pay back the
That's
loan?
when Nonomiya-san showed up and
That's
offered a
a-
helping hand.
An angle you could take on Psycho game. That's a camera shot you could select.
He used to be a regular of the senbei shop. And not only that, but he treated me like a daughter ever since I was a baby.
Which is
When
nice because he
heard
was
about
my
how the
daughter.
business was in trouble, he immediately stepped in to help.
He really is the
He left
greatest
my loan
person
in
who
full,
ever lived, the
and
Soapland
even
manager.
offered to help run the business so that my grandpa's senbei could live on.
Oh, crazy. There's Nonomiya being a cool guy on the down low again. He deserved more respect than he got.
He deserved to be the founder of his own religion.
This is going to be another one of those exploiter, force her to work in his Soapland situations.
I never saw him interact with his other businesses, but he was always very kind to me.
He was the finest pimp of all.
Well, I can
Better
see the guy
even
being
than
a regular,
Huggy Bear.
but stepping in to become president? Maybe he just wanted some extra cash.
He wasn't going to take a salary.
Possible. But Nonomiya had dreams of his own, you know.
He did?
Yeah, he actually did want to go legitimate.
He
That
had
was
big
his dream
dreams.
for a long time.
He was
I
Chibbity
had to listen
Crockett.
to him talk about it every time he had a few too many. He said he wanted to start up his own business. Create a sort of safety net for Ijincho.
This guy's the fucking greatest human ever. He's just like
One way or
freaking
another,
Jesus
Ijincho
as
has
a
become place
pimp.
for people who have nowhere else to go. So if the floor falls out from beneath a city like this, what would they have left?
Federal government funds?
So, he always talked about how he wanted to create a safety net. One big enough to catch these people from falling away. Apparently, he had the same intentions for Orohime Land as well.
Well, maybe he wasn't so bad after all.
Yes, the game is
Well,
constantly
he
telling us
also
he's the
pushed his employees too hard, and he had his fingers in a lot of shady stuff, so I could never tell if he was being honest or not.
As long as he didn't have his fingers in his employees.
Looking back, though, his place was the only one that took us in when we had nowhere else to go. Nonomiya-san was telling the truth, if you ask me.
I think so too. I always believed in him. After all, he volunteered to take on his struggling senbei shop.
And turn it into a sex shop.
There's plenty of other ways to make money in this town.
Well, yeah, he's involved in some of them.
Anyway,
I'm not joining you until you complete this side quest. Bye!
I'm so sorry to trouble all of you.
Yeah, I didn't know how quickly
Wait,
she would be
what
introduced as a
about your
character, but...
business?
I think Nonomiya-san dying is maybe the final nail.
What?
Aw.
There's only so much someone like me can do in this position.
I'd have to learn new
If I can't
positions,
find
see.
someone more competent to run things, I'll have no choice but to close up shop.
Why don't you learn how to do it? It's your freaking store.
Business will fizzle out sooner or later if I'm left in charge. I should take the hint. I had no place here anyway.
Well, that's the right attitude.
Now, is that what you really
Hey, now,
want?
you're an
This
all-star.
place is important to you, isn't it? You'd really call it quits after everything your dad and Gramps did for it?
Yep. Will you take over my
that's
business?
not what I want at all. I loved my dad and my grandpa. And I know they poured their hearts into the shop. So it's heartbreaking to close the doors. It really is.
Well, thanks for listening, random strangers.
Son's gone. And most of my employees left. They knew we were in the red.
Well,
I don't
that
have
was nice of them to
anyone
leave
else I
before you had to
can
fire
count
them.
on. No strategy.
You do not require a strategy?
I suppose I'm just reaping what I've sown.
Are you reaping the
It
whirlwind,
was
baby?
my own fault for trusting those con artists.
I know, Rob Conway told me he was the con man, and I still gave him my money.
I'm so mad at myself.
Well, that's helpful.
Mary-chan.
All right, I got you.
I will learn how to become a businessman.
You don't have to worry about a thing.
He's a hero. I mean,
All
that's
this
his deal.
company stuff to me and the gang.
Really?
But I...
Don't know who you are.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you can count on it. Meeting here like this is too much of a coincidence.
I'm an ex-Yakuza who's addicted to RPG video games. I'm clearly the best person to save you in this situation.
And the shop's even called Ichiban Confections.
Well, that's
gotta be fate.
He's,
Right, guys?
he might have a point there.
What are you talking about? You don't know the first thing about running a business.
Come on, we can't just leave it like this, can we?
The writing is clearly contrived as it is, has set this up for us.
Son's dream to become the city's safety net. This can be our way to carry on his torch.
Don't get me wrong, I'm all for it too, but this is actual management we're talking about.
Not something that a video game would make fun in any
We
way.
owe Nonomiya-san our lives, right? He was the guy who took us in when no one else would.
We'd literally be dead if it wasn't for his holy Soapland.
And nobody's gonna pick his dreams up off the floor unless
I
we
once
do.
was lost, but
Let's just
now I'm
think of
found.
This is paying him back.
Ichan.
Well, you don't get to call me that. I guess if I'm calling you Sai-chan, you can...
Figured she'd say that. Well, we all know there's no change in his mind now.
Well, that's kind of...
Give it all you
We have
got,
learned that
Ichiban.
much.
We'll be rooting for
We're
you.
gonna give it all that we got.
Too, aren't you?
No, it's a minigame.
Good luck, Ichiban. If anyone can pick up a failing business and use it to save the city, it's you.
But no one can.
I believe in you, Ichan.
Yeah, but what about you guys?
Kasuga-san, you... Are you really sure about this?
Huh?
Well, I don't really need a fifth party member, but I am a nice guy, so...
President, Prime Minister, whatever you need.
Thank you.
Grand Poobah,
I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
evil senator who's gonna become emperor.
Don't mention it. Looking forward to doing this, Sari-chan.
Likewise. Okay then. If it's all right with you, why don't I show you around the company?
I guess this is gonna be this act.
You got this, Mr. President.
Hail to the
Mr. President.
President Kasuga!
Come on, guys.
Well, what did you... okay, so it's fine and noble that he volunteered to help her, but he doesn't really get to volunteer them, so, you know, he's reaping what he sowed. The irony in all this is Ichiban is like the most genuinely positive character I've come across in a video game in a while. But the whole story is about how great this Soapland manager was.
This is it. This is the first floor, which is our little senbei shop.
Okay, so I'm going to have to call it a video here because we're at 30 minutes, but when we come back next time, this is the first floor, their little senbei shop. We're going to learn about the property management minigame, the last of the minigames so important, it has its own heading that had been grayed out up to this point in the menu. I'm the Mysterious JG. You may or may not hear the car alarm that just started going off. But when we come back next time, hopefully there won't be a car alarm going off. We'll find out.